The text out of the 987. Lately, we thought the dynasty was 90% Brady, 10% Bill. But now we're back to 50-50, even though a lot of people think Bill is getting slammed in this documentary. What do you make?
Well, okay. Well, that you want me to comment on him being slammed? Okay.
Take it wherever you want. Which one of the comments you were going to make is most interesting to you?
Here's what I took away from episodes 3 and 4. Here's the first thing. Okay, so here are the titles to the first 4 episodes. Okay, you have backup plan, obviously when Drew Bledsoe gets hurt. Then it goes episode 2, the Snow Bowl, and then it goes to borrow time. And that goes to them winning the first Super Bowl right after 9/11.
Yeah, which is pretty interesting that's episode 3.
Right? So it's right because they spent a lot of time on the history of the Patriots, the Snow Bowl, and Brady being Brady. And then it goes to finally getting that Super Bowl, right? And then it just literally ignores the next, 2 most important seasons in the history of this franchise. Literally ignores it. It's like it never, Super Bowl 38 and Super Bowl 39 never happened because it goes straight to SpyGate. Just says, you know what? Nobody got arrested. Nobody got jacked. Nobody cheated. Nobody said anything stupid. I feel prouder about what I would consider my time there based on they don't have anything to say about that era.
Which is amazing that it's almost like at the start of episode 4 after winning 2 more championships.
Yeah, it's like, here's boom, see you later. Yeah. Hey, after winning 21 games in a row, which at the time was unheard of.
I forgot about that.
It was unheard of, and you finally lost that. We couldn't get the 22nd game because that's when we ran into Pittsburgh. And what a crazy notion. We ended up beating them later on in the year to actually advance to the Super Bowl. That, to me, I guess in the end, like I said, I feel better about my time there because nobody did anything stupid. Nobody was bitching or complaining. Nobody was whining about the practice schedule or how hard Bill was treating us or how difficult it was to be coached by Bill. Oh, my God, there's an aspect of that second group of guys that I just want to say, shut up. Quit your bitching. You're complaining and whining. None of those other guys ever complained about it.
Well,
and what does that question to you? What does that mean? What does that say? Explain it to me. I'm gonna lay on the couch. Tell me. Am I a sicko?
No.
Am I like Missoula?
No.
What does it mean?
I just think you and your sort of group, let's say, was more than mentally tough enough and didn't think anything of it. You didn't think anything of the way you were being coached because you were being successful. And in the later years, it morphed into, we're winning 13 games every year and going to the AFC title game, but
we're so
it's
miserable.
Really hard.
We can't have any fun.
I mean, that's kind of there are lots of guys who, look, with Brady, it got to the point to where Brady didn't want to be used as the example anymore, but Brady was the best player. And if you don't coach your best player hard, it's very hard to then turn around and coach everyone else. That's how NBA coaches get in trouble. Oh, I'll hold you other 12 guys to a different standard than I will the superstar. And it's a delicate balance. But no, I just think that, unfortunately, a part of the narrative that has grown out of this whole dynasty is Bill Belichick is tough and sometimes he can be a dick. I mean, seriously, that's real okay. I mean, but now it's turned into something negative. What's really amazing is that normally it would be, yeah, he's a jerk, but he's successful, so we all get it. Now it's turned into, oh, he's a jerk, and he was really successful, but by God, he was just a troglodyte and lucky to have the wherewithal that he did and the team that he did. It really feels like leaving out 2 seasons where they were important seasons in terms of how power was gained in the organization and things like that. It's kind of a big deal. Oh, you know what else they skipped over too? Brady's first big contract. Because you know what? That ties into this whole thing. If it's all about Bill and Brady in so many ways, how do you not mention this is where the mind F started? Because Tom Brady realized 3 years into that deal, I am massively underpaid, and I got 3 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, but you know what? I understand Brady. I give him a pass on almost everything.
I would agree.
For he was there super long. He had changed multiple times, and he adjusted for the most part, and he finally got sick of it. He gets a pass. I look at and I just sit there and go, there's just nothing juicy about those years in the early years. Once they won the first one, you missed the playoffs, no big deal, don't even mention it, and then you win back-to-back Super Bowls, first one that hasn't been done in a while, 20-game winning streak. There was nothing juicy. There was nothing to write about during those times. Zero. We didn't talk. We didn't bitch. We didn't complain. And I will tell you, I tell you this all the time, like, Bill was no different in 2015 than he was in 2003. It's the same. The one thing about him, if you can start listing things in no particular order, is the dude is consistent. He's consistent. He's a jerk, and he's tough, and he's mean, and he's soft, and he's compassionate, and he's accommodating for everyone, for the most part, for anyone who is at least just doing their job, right? If you're just doing hey, I hired you to do this. Can you do it? Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to do it at a high level. Good. That's kind of perceived with what I said. So they're just zero mention of it, which makes me feel better about my time there because no one had any, and I think it's maybe like the second wave of the Gronks and the Edelmans and the Amendolas and all the bitching and complaining and how tough it was, and and I just feel like it's like they have a totally different experience. Like if you're the youngest of 5 or 6, whatever.
If I'm Samoa Joe.
If you're Samoa Joe, one of 8 kids, he's the youngest. I bet if you asked his parents, hey, how different was it the way you raised the first 4 kids as opposed to the last 4 kids? Like, did Samoa Joe get away with more than 1 through 4, right? Or did he get away with more? Did he get more? Did he have more access to other things? Did you have more money? Was he a happier child? Or were you just as hard? Or were you tired and sick of parenting? And you let him do whatever he wanted to do. That's why I feel like that. And that's what Bill is not like that. Bill is consistent. So
to have a 10-episode series that is about a dynasty and skip over 2 championships seems it doesn't correlate. It doesn't.
But do you agree with the reason why? With all the other stuff?
There's no doubt.
It should have been 20 then.
I just think you missed a key part of. That was a critical time when Belichick was coming into power. And if that is also a part of this whole series, then how do you kind of skip over that? Especially when we now look in retrospect that Bill's out the door. And you've heard Robert Kraft say, well, after he won 3 of 4, that's when things started to change. And Bill got more personnel say and more power and things like that.
But what stood out to you? Because I have one more, but I'm going to wait. You give me one.
Well, if you want to know everything you want to know about SpyGate, here is Big Ernie Adams before Matthew Hamachek, who we talked to, could even get into the conversation with Big Ern.
Just so you know, on this whole video thing.
The video thing?
The Jets game in 2007.
Oh.
Okay. I'm not going to reopen it.
Well, we have to talk it a
yeah, right. But just this is, you're not going, I'm not, could I tell you stories? Yes. Am I going to? No, I got some, this is, it's going to the grave with me a little bit.
Okay, well, let's just talk about it. We'll see where we go.
I mean, he couldn't get the sentence out. He did, but, the SpyGate episode really stands out. Now, again, can you help me? Did I miss something? Was it clearly stated in there whenever they got to the Robin Glazer part of the whole thing where she's like, yeah, I was there 2 days, and then they started having me smash stuff. And it was, the NFL and the security people came in, and then I had to get a hammer and destroy the tapes. There was never, is it just implied and I missed it? Do I need to go back and watch it again? Where it was the NFL told them to destroy it? Because I thought there was a little bit of gap there of, well, the NFL Gestapo came in, and then here's Robin walking down the hall with the hammer. Here's some of that.
Anything left open was media fodder. And it was going to be a story. And so the NFL flew security personnel in again, and it was decided that we would destroy the tapes.
Like, when I heard it was decided we would destroy the tapes, you went from the NFL people come in, and then who decided to destroy the tapes? Because for a second there, I mean, it's moot now, as we know. And then it's Robin Glazer walking down the hall with a hammer. And there's something about that doesn't connect for me. It just doesn't.
Why? Because you think that it should the NFL should have rolled it in hazmat suits and thrown the tapes in an incinerator?
No, but you make such a big deal about it because the commissioner stands there, the integrity of the game, and all this stuff. And your way of handling it is to let someone who's worked there, a week and a half, maybe, be the ones to smash it and then just throw it into refuse like it's an old printer in the middle of a field that you're beating with a baseball bat. You mean to tell me that is how they just random trash can?
I know.
Like the one in here. I don't even know. Oh, yeah. There's one. So it'd be like just smash. They go all over the place. And I'm just going to throw them in the regular refuse, even though it took they showed like a laundry. It is a conga line of people walking in from the NFL. And all these alleged brainy smarties, the best they could come up with was, hey, new girl, at the time, go get a hammer and smash these.
There's aspects of that I sit there and go,
there is
an aspect of that where I'm like, wow, let's get the new girl to be the possible scapegoat in case something does go wrong. We can just blame it on her. And then, therefore, since she's new, she's willing to please everybody and do whatever we ask because she's new. She wants to make a good impression. So here, go take this hammer for this massive, crazy story that is going on that is never going away, period. And how about the fact that Ernie Adams won't even say SpyGate?
Won't even say it.
He won't even say SpyGate.
Yeah.
He won't say it. How about the game the Jets game in 2007? Won't say SpyGate.
And I give Belichick credit. At least in this, he's like, yeah, I interpreted it wrong. Yeah. Like, he's still sticking to it, whether you buy it or not. And then the documentary also makes sure to, whether it was Jackie McMullen or whomever with now Bill Belichick is Mr. Rule, and yet he's saying he misinterpreted it. And then do you buy that Robert Kraft walked into Bill Belichick's office, asked him on a level of 1 to 10 how important in this is, here you go.
I couldn't believe it. I went right over to Bill and I said, let me ask you something, Bill. How important to us is something like that on a scale of 1 to 100? And he said to me, 1. I said to him, then you're a real schmuck.
You buying that?
I've heard him say that so many times.
You think he really said that to Bill Belichick in the moment and then turned around and walked out of the office?
Because it's a power position. After all those years, right, since he did something really stupid, he could say, well, that's really stupid. And schmuck, whatever, stupid or schmuck, whatever. I do believe it, yeah. Because there's no way he's going to come out there. And I've heard that story before.
Okay, fair enough.
And I think he's said that publicly before.